Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you the Champions News live at 3. We got a lot going on in the game. We got the MOTU Becky trial, we got the Man in the Giant community event, Trickster Andre got gear, and there is some Hall of Fame cash loots on the portal that are pretty good if you're in the market for Hall of Fame tokens. So let's get into this and take a look. This $14.99 deal is the best deal out of all of these if you're in the market for Hall of Fame tokens. You get 4 5-star bronze Hall of Fame Evo tokens and 1,600 cash for 15 bucks. It does take 10 of these tokens to Evo a Hall of Fame to 5-star bronze. It takes 20 to go to 5-star silver and 30 to go to 5-star gold. So you're looking at 60 tokens to take someone from 4-star gold to 5-star gold for Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame does now count on the talent up too, so that is really nice. And this is generally, I think this is the best deal I've seen for Hall of Fame tokens since I've been playing the game from a purchase standpoint. I could be wrong about that, but I believe that is accurate. There's also, for people that are gear goblins and love to get gear, Andre the Giant did get new gear. It adds 4 crossbreak gems, so basically it lets you drop Jeff Hardy from the trainer slot, and you have an open trainer slot. He still isn't a top tier trickster, but he's definitely usable. The $20 pack would come with a 4-star silver and 2 million coins and the gear, and the $15 pack is just the gear. So I think for $5, if you were going to go the gear route, it's probably worth the 4-star silver fuse and the 2 million coin. Probably, if you're spending 15 already, but you'd have to decide that for yourself. I do want to call out, I mentioned it the other day, there is a spend event on the portal, so you can double dip, and they changed the milestones, so you're going to want to look at that. Also, if you're close to Ray, there was a question asked what was in this box. I believe it's between 50 and 300 Ray shards, and a chance at pulling Ray. I think it was 4-star and up. I could be wrong about the 4-star and up part. Results may vary. I talked to some people that got 50, 100 shards, and I talked to someone that got Ray out of it. But that's what's in the mystery epic chest. I think you could safely figure 200 Ray shards from this deal if you're close to Ray. Also comes with cash and coins. So if you're in the market for Ray and you're close, maybe you buy that. Well, the Andre deal is, I think, a good deal, and they've offered a lot worse ones. It's not something I'm going to buy. And even though I want to buy this $15 one, I don't think I personally am going to this week, but I do think it has pretty good value. Hall of Fame cards, in my opinion, are very good cards. They're usually great trainers and coaches, and they're pretty good cards. Some of them, approaching top tier. But they're not something you need in particular other than to clear like Hall of Fame required content. So like I have a 5-star bronze Piper that does that for me. But this is actually a pretty good value, and especially if you combine it with the events tab. So again, I said this the other day, the $25 mark is 4 million coins. And then the next mark, which is 35, you get 10 steamboat shards. And then $50 gets you 10 million coin and 20 steamboat shards. So, if you were going to be in the market for like 15, 16 Hall of Fame tokens to get you where you want to go, you're going to spend $60, get 10 million coin, 20 steamboat shards. You could do a lot worse. Also, if you're a new player and you missed out on the Trickster Andre free one we got, the $20 one for a 4-star silver if you're starting out puts you ahead of the game, and you'll be able to clear your Trickster dailies with that, although I don't know if that's a thing anymore with the new one-tap claim. So I have to play and see, actually. Maybe a new player, if you're watching this, what league do you get the one-tap claim, and do you have to have 3-starred it first? Because that was a huge slowdown for me when I was playing the game. So let me know in the comments or message me on Discord there, actually. So then there's this community event going on. It's a new one, and I'll show you in game how you earn points for it. There's a lot of good stuff in here. If the community maxes along the way, you'll get some pretty cool stuff. At the 7.5 million mark, there's a 2 words for you plate in there, which is one of the better plates, is good on tons of cards. So you're going to have someone it's good on your roster. So the 7.5 million mark's pretty big for the community. There's if you have Becky Lynch the Man, there's a legendary strap with a 40% all gem defense boost on it, which could be potentially pretty interesting. There's also, of course, the coin and TP in these milestones. There is an Any Andre strap. It's epic, but it is 40% gem damage. So the new Andre coming out to Striker, 40% gem damage would be significant on that. The Trickster with the cross breaks can blow up the board, so 40% gem damage also significant on that. You can't put a plate on there, but it is a decent strap for sure and worth looking at. Then there's the Becky Showboat strap with 60% yellow damage. I don't know that that's high enough to make her extremely good or even good, but it probably makes her at least okay, so it won't hurt. But anyway, pretty good, solid event. It's free, just playing the game. So actually it's not free, it takes your time, but pretty solid event. Let's go over to the game and take a look at a couple things. I have my Hall of Fame Austin up here to show the tokens required to go to 5-star bronze. And he's someone I'm thinking about taking up potentially, and I don't feel the need to rush him. You can see I have 20 tokens overall, so I can get him to 5-star bronze, and then I'm going to be 10 short. I would have to buy 3 packs to get that 5-star silver, and that's not in my budget today. Alternatively, the Showdown store, 150,000 coins for 5 of these tokens when it shows up. I did just buy 5 of those 2 days ago. They showed up for me, and I bought 5 to get to 20. So the event that's going on, and I want to cover that first, for the community event. If you didn't know, it's by playing the Becky trial here. All of these nodes, so you could play the lowest one, have a chance to drop the t-shirts at the same ratio, 1-4. And it's only when you get max loot boxes, and you have to use the new Becky, which at least she blows up the board. So I would use the Blast Gem build, blow up the board if you want to make sure and get those if you're farming her. Or you can do what I plan on doing, and that's using my auto clear tickets. You can see I have a lot of them, and I also need yellow TP. So I'm going to sit on this Sasha node and farm these. There's yellow TP right there, and use my gold auto clear tickets that I've been saving for no particular reason, and get myself yellow TP and these pulls. Now, the t-shirts give you pulls, which we'll take a look at now, and there's some pretty great stuff in here. And I'll do the pulls on stream too, and we'll see what I get, or on this video rather. I have 5 that I can pull. Odds of the featured is 3.72%, so that's actually not terrible if you're doing a bunch of pulls. On a short, if you're just doing a few, don't expect probably to hit huge, but if you do a couple hundred of these, you're going to get some decent stuff. You can see there's Hall of Fame Andre, the Man at 5-star, Trickster Andre at 5-star, and both Andres come with gear, I believe. Chance at 5-star posters with gear, and so would the Man. So you would get them with their gear if you pull them in here. And then more importantly for me is the shards. You got 50 Steamboat in here that I would love any of those. Ray, who I'm sort of close on, and they would make a big difference. But I'm 150 away exactly from Phenom, so I'm hoping I can get 3 of him in there. Either way, any of it gets me closer, but also in the other part, you have a shot at getting a bunch of TP, coin up to 1 million if you hit the million one, all the way down to 7,500 medals, metal bits, health packs, blitz, everything in there is useful, basically. And I haven't used my auto clear tickets since the last time we had one of these, which has been a while. So I'm gonna go ahead and go ham on it, but let's do this pull and see what I get. Big money, no whammy. And I actually won't skip all. Okay, that glitch hasn't been fixed yet, so who knows what I got? Got 40 of something. That looks like 300,000 coin. Something there that I'm not sure, and so no shards, but what did I get? 300,000 coin, 10 TP, 40 health packs, 60,000 metal bits. I am actually quite okay with that. I have a lot of metals to level up, so like I said, I'm going to burn through all 1,000 of my auto clear tickets, and then see where I end up. So that's the community event. You don't have to use auto clear tickets. You can use Becky too. Good luck to you guys when you do your pulls. Let's see. Becky trial, actually, as long as we're here, if you guys want to see the moves real quick before I do my preview, I don't know if a preview is out by the time I release this. Mine certainly won't be. But you can see Striker Andre's moves here. He is he has the same move set as Powerhouse China, but in Striker form. A little bit high charge on the moves, but he's going to blow up a lot of the board and do a decent chunk of gem damage. We'll see how he plays in the preview. I'll have a strat for him and stuff. And the trial Becky, you guys all know, but if you want to see the damage at 5-star silver real quick and what they do there you guys go. Also when I was on the portal, I forgot to remind people to do their daily login claim on the portal. I didn't claim mine. So I'm going to go back and do that after this video. So make sure you do your daily portal claims. The Stacy loot is back up. It's just like it was during her event. Not spectacular, not terrible. If you want to do it, I guess go ahead, go for it. The Ray stuff isn't new. We do have, I don't think these are new either. 15 bucks for 10 dragon shards. I'm not going to get that. If you were short stuff to take a tech, maybe you consider this. I don't know. It's not as good a deal as we had in the past, though. So it's not like the $5 deals we had during that 1 week. These are still good if you need Hall of Fame tokens and you have cash. Also a fan of going for the 1251. I've had better luck on those than the 2250. I did have a couple people get back to me on the bags, at least on the Rhea bag. They said they were getting like 3 shards and a little bit of coin for the most part. So, you know, probably it sounded like average is probably 3 to 6 shards a bag. Again, that's not a big enough size sample though, so don't take that for gospel. Just sharing what people told me. Make sure and get your daily bag claim on here. And then we'll take a look at the loots real quick, because I don't think there was anything else of note in here. Most of the good deals were on the portal this time. Oh, yes. If you forgot to redeem your medallions, they put it back up for another day. So if you cleared something on the road since then, actually 2 days, go ahead and redeem your medallions so you can still choose. Also, I do know some people that bought this token thinking it was the Powerhouse token. So I do want to call that out. It's got yellow around the border. It is Showboat. The Powerhouse token is China's Bazooka. So pay attention when you're doing this. The Hulkamania bandana is not a Powerhouse medallion. The player's choice loot is up. It's a cash loot, so you can also use your cash for that. They have the typical, if you get your gold, pick your superstar. You got Hollywood in there, who's a great trainer. I would pick him with this for the trainer and the fact that I have the other ones, but, you know. And the 2 silvers, you can get Kofi. I would definitely take Kofi out of this if I had to, because I don't have Kofi. Kane with gear is solid, so if you get 1, that's not a bad play. I would say his gear is easily worth 10 million coins, personally. I would take the Kane gear if I didn't have it. It makes him extremely viable and a very good Kane. And this one, well, it's shards. I would take the Hogan shards because I'm 13 away and I would finally have him. And I have the other ones. So that's my take on that one. So the loot. And you get that token, the medallion, to redeem the tokens, is in the SummerSlam tours on the side nodes of normal and hard and hell on the side nodes. Not normal, but the side node, the right side node on hard and hell. So you can get them there. 2 hards and 2 hells. Let's take a look. So I like this cash loot, the Stacy one we've had before. This Bianca cash loot, if you're going for Bianca, it's not a bad one to take a stab at. Featured isn't really high, but what I like to look for in the commons is the shards. So I like using my Tapjoy cash, which I have none of. I still haven't picked any up. We need a double Tapjoy weekend to get the shards in the commons. But the featured is pretty decent for the most part until you get to here, and then it's not so good. And this, if you hit the 2,000 shards, cool, but keep in mind it's only a 1.62% featured, and it is kind of diluted. So I wouldn't really be pulling for this one with the idea of featured in mind. Again, more Bianca shards here if you were chasing her. Not in this tier. And like I said, I usually just scroll to the bottom for these cash loots, and that's how I decide to pull. If I happen to hit a featured, great. That's gravy on top. But you can see 300 Naomi shards in the uncommons, and then in the commons, there's only 4. And you got Bianca, you got China, you got Rhonda, and you got Naomi. So that's pretty good. So if I'm close to any of these 3, I would do this cash loot and go for it and hope I get it. So that's kind of how I look at the cash loots. So this one to me is a good one. So if I was close to Bianca, Naomi, China, I would take my cash loot stab here and give myself a good chance to shard recruit somebody, and maybe I get super lucky and hit a featured. This equal odds loot, you get this token by doing a mega pull on this cash loot. I believe there's 142 superstars in this, with an equal chance of getting any of them. I will let you guys scroll through it. It's pretty much everybody and anybody. So your odds of getting somebody amazing, well, you can do the math on that. But the only way to get this is by doing a mega pull of this, is where you get it. And you do a 20 pull for 12k cash. And this loot, the featured is 0.58%. The mega rare is under 1%. And the super rare is at 3.86%. So when you start looking at this loot, there is a new card in here, but it's very low chance there, very low chance here. Start getting into the super rare, your chances go up at 3.86. Gets diluted a little bit more in there. Then you go to the next tier, 7.7%. It gets diluted some more, down to rare, which is really ugly with the shards. The uncommons, which is super ugly, and the commons, which is even uglier. So, not a fan of this one. I wouldn't be going for this one, and won't be at all. So I like the Bianca one with your cash. Do not like this one. And I do think the player's choice is solid, because there's some pretty rare cards in here. The featured is 1.82%, not amazingly high, but these are the only 2 probably not real great ones. And even Amber is still pretty rare at least. So it's a pretty solid one to take a stab. The player's choice medallions are in here. The gold, silver, and bronze as well, that we saw the prize wall for. And super rare really isn't that bad either. You got a lot of good cards in here. Most of them pretty rare. Dango's not so much anymore. And Eddie and Harlem Heat Booker aren't. So it's not terrible. And it's much better than the other cash one. I still like the Bianca one more if I'm going for Bianca. However, Bianca shards are in here too. Not at the same level though in the commons. The commons don't have any shards, but uncommons do. And the rate on those is pretty decent as well at 27%. But it is diluted with these. So that's kind of how I look at the loots. So the player's choice one isn't bad. This one, don't do. Use your cash on the other ones. And this, I'm going to farm the crap out of and do as many pulls as I can. I think that pretty much covers the big champs news today. I do want to do a call out with Becky while you have her. There is a node that requires a powerhouse to beat on the new SummerSlam tours, a female powerhouse. If you can get to the node, you're going to want to do that and clear that. I had to do it with a very underleveled Beth, and it took a long time and some props, and I believe 1 cash kick out if I recall correctly. But so you're going to want to do that, clear as much of the tours as you can. You take advantage of the trial. Becky's pretty strong for tours, so you should be able to do a lot with her. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and liked the news. Let me know what you think in the comments. And remember to like, subscribe, and share, as that really helps me out. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching today's news.